Hey beauts, welcome back to Pretty Scary, the channel that brings you budget-friendly, easy-to-follow tutorials that you can do at home. And today it is day number 9 of 31 days of Halloween. And today we have another pretty one. It is this diamond skull. This is a really big trend on social media at the moment. So if you'd like to know how to do it, keep watching. After some skull shenanigans, the first thing you want to do is do your normal base. So that is a foundation, concealer and powder. Your next step is to start drawing out your skull design. Now use pictures of skulls as a reference, but you can pretty much do the skull design exactly how you want. There are variations within skull designs. Google some images and you'll see that there are lots of different versions of skulls that makeup artists have produced. So yeah, get some inspiration and just start drawing out your design. I decided I wanted to do quite an elaborate neck piece. I'd seen a few of these online and they look really pretty, so I decided to do some real detail down there. The beauty of drawing out the design first is if you make any errors, it's easy to clean up rather than starting straight on with paint. Once I was happy with my design, I took some white water-based face paint by and just started painting the design in with a fine tipped brush. I'm just using a lip brush. Now, one thing I will say is it wasn't the best idea to use a red pencil to draw it out because I found that the red merged with the white and created a little bit of a pink shade. So it's far better to use a white pencil if you've got one, or a light coloured pencil at the very least. But it still worked. I just had to do a couple of layers of white to kind of get rid of that pinky tone. And then once your white is in place on the neck piece, start going in with black. Now you do need a steady hand for this, but just be confident with it and just go for it. You can always clean up if you have any problems. Just use a little bit of makeup remover on a cotton bud or a baby wipe, that would work too. I decided to paint the nose straight in without pre-drawing it first because I pretty much knew how I wanted to do the nose, and I've done a few skulls before, but if you're not sure then do draw it in first. Don't forget to paint your ears also, but I will warn you, it is a bugger to get black paint out of your ears. I did find that a week later, even though I thought I cleaned my ears really well several times, people were still pointing out that I had black in my ears. So yeah, just be aware of that. Right, now here is a tip for doing the teeth. If you take a brush shaped like the ones I showed you, which is normally a lip brush or an eyeshadow brush, you can actually use it to almost do like a stamp of the teeth rather than painting each individual tooth shape. This really speeds things up and gives you a nice clean tooth shape very, very quickly and very easily. I then started adding some more detail into my skull. The amount of detail you add in really depends on the sort of skull that you want and how detailed you want it to be. So you could just do a very simple skull, mouth and eyes, and you can dispense with all the elaborate neck piece and all the details that you see me adding here. It really is up to you. That is the beauty of skulls. They're very adaptable and you can do them however you like. So I'm just adding some detail in on that neck piece there. Before starting to paint the face white, I decided to go in with Clown White, which is a cream-based product rather than the water-based paint, because I wanted more of a kind of a smudged and more subtle white rather than a solid white. But again, you can do what you want. You don't even have to do it white if you don't want. You can leave it flesh coloured. Again, if you Google skulls and makeup artists versions of skulls online, you will see there are many different variations in many different colours, so you can do whatever combination you like. So I'm just painting on the clown white and then just smudging it into the skin with a brush. I will be setting this later on. You must make sure you set cream paint, otherwise you will find your design smudging all over the place and you do not want that. Be very careful if you're painting in between black like this so that you don't smudge it. Although I do go in and blend it a little bit there, as you can see, but that is blending in a controlled fashion as opposed to smudging. Just blending on the edges of those black portions too, so that it's not too stark a contrast. And the same along that jawline and along those forehead pieces also. As with a lot of my looks, I decided to smudge some colour around the hairline as well. I think it's because I don't like my hairline, so subconsciously I always decide to smudge colour around it. That's one theory anyway. Right, I also added some shading along those cheekbones. I just wanted to add a little bit of contrast and detail to my skull. Again, like I said earlier, you can keep yours as simple as you like. Now moving on to the eyes, I decided rather than doing a completely blank black eye socket like you see on some skulls, I wanted to kind of combine it with a smoky eye to keep the look pretty. So using various shades of browns, coppers and greys, I just did a really elaborate big smoky eye going down very low underneath to create the illusion of that kind of eye socket, but keeping it really pretty and glam at the same time. Just make sure that you blend all your colours really well, and like I said, I used various different colours to create some good gradient and some good smooth soft shading. Again, you can use whatever colours you like for your smoky eye. You really can adapt this skull to suit your colour scheme and your particular preferences. I wanted to go for a really nice sort of coppery, almost gold toned skull, because those are kind of really big colours this year with the whole rose gold thing and all that on Instagram. So those are the kind of colours I decided to go for, but you can go for whatever you like. I decided to intensify the gold theme by first smudging some gold eyeshadow over my lids with my finger, and then I took a very shimmery gold shade and just patted that over the top also. I used that same gold shade to increase the shading along the cheekbones and just to tie those colours in together and soften that shading also. I also shaded along the chin because I felt that was looking a bit stark. Now onto the fun bit. I bought these jewels from Hobbycraft. I will link down below to show you where I bought these jewels from. But you can buy jewels from anywhere, eBay, any craft shop really. And I'm just using a skin adhesive. I'm using Prozaid here. And I've got a little ball of blue tack on the end of a cocktail stick because that really helps you to pick up the jewels and it's a lot less fiddly. And then I just started with larger jewels in the centre and worked out to smaller jewels on the outside, and I did a variety of shades as well. And then I just basically decided to put jewels in various different parts of the face. Again, you can put the jewels wherever you like. I just kind of played it by ear and decided as I went along where I wanted the jewels. Most of the time, if I was radiating, that's not even a word, Charlotte. Radiating the jewels out from the centre of the face, I used larger ones in the centre and went out to smaller ones. I just felt that aesthetically that looked better. Now I'm just adding in some more detail lines and a little bit of shading on that neck piece. Really just kind of adding some extra details to make my skull look a bit more cohesive and bring it all together. But like I keep saying in this tutorial, you can do your skull as simple or as detailed as you like. The key really is to knowing when to stop, because you can add a little bit too much detail, so just be aware of that. Just keep standing back from the mirror and having a look and seeing how you feel about your skull, and just go slowly. Anyway, back to the eyes. A smoky glam eye isn't a smoky glam eye without a nice winged liner, so I decided to do a nice dramatic wing. I then went in with the NYX white liquid liner and added a little bit more fine detail to that neck piece. This is great, this liner, for doing fine detail on any of your looks, so I'd highly recommend having one in your makeup kit. And I then used the same white liquid liner to add some highlights. Of course, I had to add some false lashes, obviously, and I added some really dramatic ones. And then I just painted over that neck piece again, just to brighten it up a little bit. And I also decided to add some coppery toned glitter. I'm using some glitter glue here, patting that on, and then patting the glitter on over the top. I just felt I needed a little bit of extra sparkle other than the jewels. I then took my black liquid liner and just outlined those teeth just to make them look a little bit sharper and more in focus, and just went over some of the black line detail as well. At the end of every look, I always tend to have a bit of a faff around and just add a few more little details, so that's what you see me doing here. We are done. I just added some hoop earrings and an off-the-shoulder top. I hope you like this look. If you did like this look and you like this video, please click the thumbs up button, comment down below, let me know what you think, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for the next day of 31 Days of Halloween. Love ya.